Hi guys, you're welcome to episode 9 of Chokma School. I'm super excited to come your way this evening. If you're joining in like we do, I want you to just copy the link and then share, post it on your status. Hi Jen, how are you? And like we always do, let us know which country you're joining in from. I know some of us are joining us from Kenya, some of us are joining us from SA, some of us are joining us from Uganda, and I know some of us are joining us also from Nigeria, Dubai, and other places. Clement, you're welcome. How are you guys doing? I'm super excited that we could pull this one off. Last week, the house witches from my father's house and my mother's house, they didn't want the session to come on, but um, whether the level likes it or not, we're coming live in Khaled, and I'm happy that we have our first female guest for Chokma School with us, Mrs. Baaba Ankrah, such an amazing personality. And I can't wait for you guys to hear the wisdom that she has to share with us. And for those of you aspiring female entrepreneurs that are in the house, I hope that you'll be greatly blessed with the wisdom and the nuggets that she's going to share with us. And it's just going to be a very quick 1 hour session, interactive. And if you have questions, we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll bring it again for part 2, who knows. But once again, you're welcome to episode 9 of Chokma School. Like I always say, Chokma means wisdom. So we're here to learn practical wisdom around life, practical wisdom around doing business and succeeding at it. And so, like I said, copy the link if you're joining us. Good evening, Debbie. How are you? Copy the link and then share with someone to be of a blessing to them. So, like I said, leadership by example. So I'm copying the link and posting across all my socials. It's already in the community. Invite somebody for Chokma School episode 9 to be blessed by it. Give me a second. My guest is already in the building. She's ready. So I will be adding her very soon. Just copy the link and then let's get as many people as possible. I know it's a working day, so a couple of us will be at work, or depending on which time zone you find yourself in, you're closing. Majid, how are you? Godfred, how are you? All right. All right. So before I bring my big sister in the house, I just want to, she doesn't know this, but the first time I heard about Goba, so if you guys have been following me pretty much for some time, so my very good friend Oscar, he makes my suits and my kaftans, and so his wife makes female clothing, the whole kente thing that the women usually wear on their traditional ceremonies during their weddings. And so the first time I heard about Goba was when Oscar's wife mentioned that there's this kente brand in Accra, Ghana, and they make such amazing prints and all of that. So I was like, okay, let me go and check these people out. And then I drove by their place. I think it's around West Legon, thereabout, or maybe not Legon. I'm not too sure. West Legon, yeah. So I drove by the place one time, and for me, I was going in there basically just to observe systems. You guys know me; I'm very keen on systems. So as usual, window shopping. But I just went in, and then for me, what caught my attention was the ambience of the place and how welcoming the people were, and how eager they were to make sure that I was okay. And for me, it was, it was a very good thing. It reminded me of Dubai, because in Dubai, you're walking through the streets, you don't want to buy anything, and they're forcing you to buy. They'll say something that will make you think that you need it so that you buy. And for me, that was the catch for me. So I remember that day I left the place, and then I called my wife and I said, babes, when we are getting married, is Goba or nothing else. She was like, Nanka, where else will we go? And later on, I got to know the amazing CEO behind it. And for me, the fact that there was a woman who was behind that, the brain behind it, the execution, the level of excellence, I was like, no ways. Someday, somehow, I'm supposed to bring this amazing personality to Chokma School. And so I'm excited that since January, every month, we do this for free to help as many young persons as possible. And I'm excited that we're in here again tonight, even though last Friday, my house switches didn't want the session to happen. And so I'll be bringing in Mrs. Baaba Ankrah. Interestingly, when I did a little bit of research about her, I realized that she has a little bit of background in banking, insurance. I'm like, hey, Nipa Bako. Okay, so get your pens ready, get your notebooks ready. You can connect with her. Let me give that a outright before. Wherever you are in the world, you can connect with her, Baba_Ankrah on social media. Number one. Number two, go back Kente delivers global. So my Uganda lady that was eager last week, and then you were asking me about if Go Back Kente does global deliveries. Yes, they do global deliveries. I don't know if you've joined us in yet, but you were speaking to me about Zikle, you were speaking to me about your wedding outfit and wanting something original from Ghana. Your plug is right in the house. So if you come in later to listen, I'm just telling you that we do global deliveries. And so once again, guys, get your pens ready. I'm in to learn myself. And so I want us to welcome the amazing Baaba Ankrah to Chokma School episode 9. We're live.
Thank you, Moses. The accolades are not easy at all. Thank you. I appreciate it. And yes, I remember who served you. I think Mary did.
Oh,
Mary
right.
or Alfred, I'm not so sure. But it was so
Mhm.
big about, oh, there's this pastor, Moses Atta, he's come to order all the fast about you. Like, I think it was a customized order. We had to make sure we deliver and deliver it well.
Mhm.
And I'm happy the service went well. You were happy with it. And you
Awesome.
chose go back to be part of your big day. We are
All
grateful.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you. They said I was a pastor. Wow, interesting. All right.
Yeah, I remember hearing that.
I love your outfits, by the way. I hope that
Thank you so much.
the fashion designers in the house, Jennifer, and all of you guys who are looking forward to doing fashion, I just brought you a plug. Right. Once again, you're welcome. Thank you so much for doing this. And for me, it's how you chose to relate with me on this one because a lot of the things that we do to empower the next generation, even our generation and all, comes free. And for me, this is my little way of giving back. And usually, when you reach out, oh my God, okay, we lost her, but she'll be back. But usually, all right, usually when you reach out to people and then you want them to be a part of your session, it becomes back and forth and all. But thank you so much for availing yourself and your time to do this with us. We really, really appreciate it. God bless you. And
You're
so,
welcome. God bless you too. God gave us as much as we can. It's good to give
mhm.
back.
All right. Somebody is already saying they are looking forward to partner. Okay. We'll discuss
Already.
the details of the partnership.
So I think I don't
Uh,
get to see what they type in
okay. Maybe because it's coming
to
from my
your
end
end.
because
Yeah.
yes, please. So you are just the guest team. So I'll be reading
That's
the
right.
comments and then
Sure,
as much
sure.
as possible I'll try and show it. So first of all, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your entrepreneurial journey and how it's been for you so far? How long have you been in business? How has it been for you? And just tell us a little bit about yourself.
As you mentioned, my name is Baaba Ankrah, married to Mr. Ankrah. I have two daughters, Michelle and Harpel. Michelle and
Wow.
Harper, so I call both of them Harpel.
Right.
Um, as you mentioned, I have a background in economics,
Mm-hmm.
marketing,
Wow.
a bit of banking, a bit of real estate, a bit of insurance.
Wow.
When you don't know what you're about, the road will lead you into so many directions. So
That's
after a
true.
while, you have to streamline. The last I did was banking. I was with
Mm-hmm.
Royal Bank. We did a whole consolidation, so we joined Consolidated Bank. As
Right.
a relationship manager, I had to
Mm-hmm.
make a decision
Mm-hmm.
to come grow this or stay in the
Mm-hmm.
bank. I felt
Okay.
I was cheating my employers, and I was cheating myself and my business too at the same time because I am a very ethical person. If I'm supposed to be at work 8 to 5, I'm not supposed to engage with my business. I'm not able to do that because I
Okay.
feel like somebody's paying me money to work there.
Exactly.
And so I had to make the decision of coming in to see what we can do with Goba. Also, I wanted to have a second baby. The
Okay.
banking life wasn't really helping me achieve that. I wanted to
Yeah.
go to school. So there was purpose. I didn't just get up to say, you know what, I think the business is making money. I want to resign and come and handle it.
Mm-hmm.
These were the three things I wanted to do. I wanted to go to school and upgrade myself. I wanted to come
Mm-hmm.
and grow Goba. I wanted to have a baby. And I thought those reasons were good enough to
Right.
sign off with a job that I love. My favorite job to ever do is banking.
Wow.
The feel, the vibes, how people
You,
think we have money, but we are always broke because we have to
you
look good.
apparently look like a banker, though.
Thank you. I think it never left me. Even in my outlook, but it's my favorite job of all times.
Mm-hmm.
I had a good experience, I had good connection, and it trained me. I always
Right.
say that one thing about entrepreneurship is nothing beats an entrepreneur who had a bit of corporate life to them
Mm. Mm.
because
Right.
you learn structures.
Mm-hmm. That's
You
right.
know, you won't have it all together, but those structures will guide you
Mm-hmm.
and it will set you apart from everyone else.
That's right.
Yes. So
That's right.
that's a
Awesome.
brief background about me. I have entrepreneurship certificate from SEEPS. I don't know if you know
Okay.
about SEEPS,
Yes,
China
please.
Europe International Business School.
Yeah.
That's the last course I have done. I'm hoping to join the Agemba program. Do you know how much it is? Over $100,000. Backed by faith.
Ah,
One day,
back by
not
faith.
now. I
I
have
know, right?
patience. I
I
know
know,
it's
right?
simple steps. Maybe
I
I
know,
might
right?
never be able to accumulate that funds to go and
Mm-hmm.
do that course. But if there's a
Exactly.
short course I can still take to improve myself,
Mm-hmm.
why not? We
Mm-hmm.
should be genuine and happy with the little that we have while
Exactly.
praying for the best. Yeah.
Exactly. I think one of the biggest clues I took from what you were saying was self-development, because I think
Yeah.
that we live in a generation where a lot of young persons and a lot of young people are not really keen on self-development. Would you want to say a thing or two on that particular subject matter, the importance of developing self?
See, it's everything.
Mm.
It's self-development is everything, non-negotiable. So when I couldn't afford to go to school, I took to reading. And it's
Okay.
always go back to the people you surround yourself with.
Right.
If there is a mentor, there's somebody that you look up to and you see how much they are willing to invest in themselves, it rubs off you.
Mm-hmm.
So really, as much as we can, let's pay attention to our circle. It's not
Mm-hmm.
every account that I follow online. I remember when I was doing a diploma program in Gempa in
Mm-hmm.
marketing. I met one lady that I liked her so much. She would introduce me to some very, very fun people on Instagram. To her, she thought they were fun. I'm like, I will not use my data to follow such a
Mm-hmm.
person.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And so I
Exactly.
taught her, I also showed her other pages. Listen, the
Mm-hmm.
same number of, I'm not saying don't have fun, but don't
Exactly.
spend 2, 3 hours on someone who is confused. They don't know what they're about. What are you gaining from it? There's
Mm-hmm.
no direction to it. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? So you
Exactly.
just pay attention, develop yourself. Tell you
Mm-hmm.
what, 3 years ago, if you had called me to come and do this with you, I wouldn't.
Right.
Because I didn't think I could talk.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I had the right words. I had the right persona to go
Mm-hmm.
on live to have a
Mm-hmm.
discussion with anyone. I would
Exactly.
simply run away from you.
Mm.
But those years that I was running, I didn't
Mm.
just run and hide.
Mm.
I would go on YouTube, I would watch Brené Brown for hours
Wow.
on how to speak, how to develop yourself,
Mm.
how to have the confidence to engage
Wow.
your audience. So it's not just about I need money. All I
Mm-hmm.
have to do is to go to school. Just start with what you have.
Mm.
If the time is right, you can afford, you go. It's just the person you follow. If there's somebody that you really follow and admire, you
Mm-hmm.
learn their ways.
Exactly.
People are open. People would teach you, talk to you. I have young girls in my GM all the time.
Mm.
I don't like to advise because I don't think people do take it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's
Mm-hmm.
a word or two that I would tell anyone is to take your self development seriously,
Mm-hmm.
your emotional outburst. There's nothing as beautiful about someone who is grown in the mind and in attitude. Like when you
Mm.
are, it's not every time that something is going right with us.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you go through that?
Mm.
Growing up in my early 20s,
Mm-hmm.
I was an emotional disaster.
Mm.
Anything
Mercy,
fair, my
Lord.
phone is off. I don't want to talk to anybody. Don't call me. Don't disturb me. I want to go and sit at the beach and die. If you want to die,
You
die.
be posting updates on WhatsApp status.
Oh, if you see, and you'll be emotional trauma. You just be talking anyhow. No,
Mm-hmm.
you don't. My
Mm-hmm.
Bible tells me that by His stripes I am healed. In
That's
my
right.
weakness, His strength is made perfect.
Exactly.
And so the person that I am going to rant to, the social
Mm-hmm.
media that I'm going to rant to, what's that
Mm-hmm.
person going to do for me?
Exactly.
But that will not just come on a silver platter. It is
Exactly.
where it is being accountable
Mm-hmm.
about you and what you do. Often we like to blame everyone else but ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You
You're
never
right.
want to take responsibility for any of the things going wrong in your life.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be accountable to
Exactly.
yourself and to someone and to ask yourself,
Exactly.
which role am I playing in this situation that is making me look this way or feel this way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to be on CNN granting interviews. How do I
Mm-hmm.
go about this? This is where you accept to do a session with Moses
Mm-hmm.
so that it will be like a rehearsal
You're building up.
for the next
Exactly.
meeting.
Exactly.
But a lot of people don't see it that way. Hey, no, it's CNN or nothing. I cannot start with who is Moses, who knows Moses,
Exactly.
But if you can work with the small, it will be
Mm-hmm.
blessed for bigger and for
Mm-hmm.
better. So
Mm-hmm.
really, just start with what you have, good attitude, be grateful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm big on gratitude. I
Mm.
believe nobody owes you anything.
Exactly.
So the little that people can bless you with, be grateful.
Mm.
Thank them, work with it, and trust that one day your star would also shine.
Mm.
Yeah.
One day your star will also shine. Interesting. I think that, guys, if you're following, like I always say, that everything you're looking for is also looking for you, but not this version of you. So if you're looking for a Range Rover is equally looking for you. But the question is, the current version of you, are you sure the current version of you is a version that can attract a Range Rover? So do not joke with your self development. The greatest investment you can do is for self. And so, thank you so much
And
for
read,
highlighting.
read, read, read. Guys, read. Don't get tired reading. Read. I
Mm-hmm.
think I have traveled the world. I'm about to travel with
Yeah.
a friend. I was telling her yesterday that I think I've lived in that. I've never been there. But to
Mm-hmm.
me, because of reading, I feel like I have lived there. I know
Mm-hmm.
the places I want to go to. It's big. Like, don't. Those hours you spend online, pick a
Mm-hmm.
book, read 10 pages a day.
Mm-hmm.
It will change you, it will shift your mind.
That's right.
Yes. So
That's right. Awesome. So, please, when you are traveling, I beg you in the name of God, just put me in your traveling bag. Ghana is hard, oh. You there. Let me
Ghana
talk.
is hard though.
Let
We
me
are
just,
fighting.
just box me in one luggage somewhere. They should throw me inside.
I just pray our leaders will listen to us. I
We
just
pray
pray they will
so.
listen
We
to us.
pray
Yes.
so. All right. All right. I see that people from Rwanda, guys, you're welcome. We have the amazing Baaba Ankrah joining us right here in Accra, Ghana, an amazing female entrepreneur, very outstanding with what she does. And she runs what we call the Go Back Kente brand. So, Baba, the interesting thing is that Kente, or what you do, is under the fashion industry. And what comes to mind is, first of all, what do you think is the role of Kente in our cultural heritage? One, and why Kente? You could have done anything else in the fashion space. Why Kente? And then interestingly, there's a way you embody Kente. My wife is always like, wait, she even wears a jacket in Kente. She has she has this female blouse thing in Kente, and it makes you actually stand out in terms of appeal and presentation. So my question is, first of all, why Kente in the fashion space? You could have done anything, number one, and what do you think is the essence of Kente in our cultural heritage?
Okay, Moses, I am so struggling to find answer to your question. Why Kente? If you
Mm-hmm.
ask me if I have an answer, I really don't. I believe
Mm-hmm.
I was called to do this.
Mm. Mm.
It's just a calling, it's just a direction that I followed.
Mm.
Really,
Mm.
because I was doing African print bags and shoes, right?
Okay, that's how you
And
started.
then that's how I started the business. It was
Wow.
really print bags, print shoes, print slippers, okay? And the idea came that, oh, why don't you add Kente? My mom suggested it. Like, why don't you add Kente? I asked her, what is Kente? This was me after university, over
Mm-hmm.
25 years old.
Wow.
Like I didn't even know the essence of it. But she
Mm-hmm.
said it, I listened.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, I went back to the corporate work. I forgot all about business. Like I told you, I had found my dream job. So I was going
Mm-hmm.
all out to do that. But then
Yeah.
it's I turned 30, praying to God, asking for direction, asking for the next thing I can do with my life. The instruction was really, really clear. Go back to that business you abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, Lord, if this is the direction, I will. Help me, guide me, order my steps for me, and let me be able to do it. And it's
Right.
taken 6 years. This is where we are now.
6 years.
6 years.
Guys, can we celebrate that? It's 6 years of hard work. 6 years.
It's six
Wow.
years of building Boba officially. But like I mentioned, I had done other entrepreneurial works here and there. I
Exactly.
didn't know what I was about. But I feel like all those experiences add up to where we are now. So it's a calling,
That's
and
right.
I realized that there was a need for it. So I was able
Mm-hmm.
to identify the need as
Exactly.
as quickly as I could. And when I did, I ran with it.
Mm. Mm.
I did market research. I asked all the questions. Trust me, visited every store that I saw Kente in there.
Mm.
And then sat down to decide, listen, if I'm going to do this, how am I going to position the brand and do it differently?
Exactly.
It was all structures and strategies. And
Mm-hmm.
people see when you are doing a good thing. They will say
Mm.
all that they want, but you stand out in every
Mm.
way, in every term. You stand out. So
Mm.
that's a bit about choosing Kente. And now
All
more
right.
than ever, I'm so in love with it. I'm sold into it. Um, because of what I see generates.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, I have weavers coming to talk to me, right?
Okay.
Some will be very honest and admit just by the mere fact Goba entering the Kente industry, we've
Mm-hmm.
shifted the whole industry and turned it around.
Wow.
And
Wow.
that you cannot even quantify in terms of monetary value.
Right.
It's somebody admitting that, yes, you've been a blessing to me and my life.
Mm.
It's insisting and teaching a whole grown up man that, listen, if you don't have a bank account, I
Mm-hmm.
cannot do business with you. Because
Exactly.
I realize that my industry people don't want to save, they don't want to have anything to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I will teach you a bit of responsibility because
Mm.
sometimes you might not need the money, but once the
Mm.
cash is in your hand, you spend
Mm.
it anyway and anyhow.
Exactly.
So I
Mm-hmm.
will teach you, I will groom you. This is how you do it. And by
Mm.
relating with them, I'm able to speak to them, ask about their children. So it even goes beyond the person that I'm working with. How are
Mm.
you impacting your children? Where did
Mm.
you come from? How's your life been growing up? Is it the
Mm.
same way you want your child to end up?
Mm.
What is one river told me that his child had gotten admission to Adisado College. I was the happiest.
Mm.
Like you are
Wow.
so determined to educate your child to that level.
Exactly.
So that now the business is even beyond me.
Mm.
It's way
It's
beyond
outgrown
me.
you.
It is outgrowing me, and having solid people who would also believe and want to spend the time with you to build this up, because you can't
Mm.
do it by yourself.
Exactly.
You can't. So
Exactly.
really, it's big. And for the cultural significance, You know
Please,
it already.
before you touch on that, did you share your link that I gave you to people?
Hey,
Okay,
because you said you should.
I was supposed to give you a different link for them.
Oh,
Yeah, this is for you because I'm seeing
so people are
my guys.
trying to.
Yeah, my guys in the studio are prompting me that people are trying to give me a second. Let me share. Let me
Okay,
share
so
the
send me
actual
your
one.
WhatsApp and then because I posted it on when you said we should all share, I listened and did mine
Oh,
too.
your link is very different. I'm sharing. That the one I shared with you was for people to was for you to join in. This is for people. I
Yeah.
just shared a new one with you.
Okay, sure. So let me
Yes,
copy.
that's the one that people.
Okay. So a minute, let me share.
All right,
Sorry.
guys. I hope
Yeah.
you're
Alfred.
taking of the things that we're learning from Mrs. Ankrat this
Um,
evening.
so you posted this link. I want to post it on Instagram.
Jennifer says sounds like a calling. Yeah, she said it was a calling, guys. It's a calling. So don't say you're going to do Kente because somebody is doing Kente. Identify your calling.
I really identify it. If
Yeah,
not, it will be a real
identify your
struggle.
calling.
Because even feeling like you were called to do it, it's
Mm-hmm.
struggle.
Mm-hmm.
It will. There are many
That's
days I look at my CV, customer service when you are big on it. One young girl will call you that I want to buy Kente, so they will just shout on you and talk to you. And then I look at my CV and I ask this person, if I go to corporate work, I will
mm,
probably be your boss by the fifth percentage or something like that. But you say you want
exactly.
to do business, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
have to serve well. So
Exactly.
really identify your calling. It's
Exactly.
not a joke at all. And
Right.
even with me, I really think this is a stepping stone.
Mm.
I don't know if it would turn into speaking engagement because I didn't think I would want to be doing this.
Okay.
I'm here to do business and go away. Why am I involved in all of these things?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing. Ideas is not in just one person's mind.
Exactly.
And if it's given to you and you don't
Mm-hmm.
do anything with it, it will move on to the next person.
Next person.
By
Exactly.
the time you are ready, you will look like you're a copycat
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because
That's right.
someone else would have been doing
Somebody
it
would
and
have
doing it
already
well.
executed. Mm-hmm.
Maybe, but maybe you were the one supposed to lead and run with it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Awesome.
when you feel
Awesome.
like it, just jump and start. The
Mm-hmm.
mistakes plenty, you make it.
And
Here, I'm still
I,
making the business mistakes, but
I
you
think
learn as you
in
go.
your light, other people are seeing their light as well because I've followed a couple of your interviews on TV, and I'm saying that if you probably didn't do this, I don't know who else will be doing because some way, somehow, you say something or you share something, and then it sparks up something in someone to also become a better version of themselves. So, thank you once again for even choosing to, told this path. I'm sure very soon you'll be one of the top 100 speakers in this country.
Amen. It's
As part
possible.
of
I'll work towards it.
most definitely.
Yeah.
I wanted you to touch a little bit on some of the unique challenges and opportunities that you've been able to. First of all, the challenges that you've been able to overcome. First of all, again as a female entrepreneur, and then in your industry, and then some of the opportunities that you think that a lot of young people listening to us this evening can actually capitalize on, especially the challenges, because I feel like um, gradually, even though things are changing, a lot of people think that when it comes to doing business and being the forefront of things is for the alpha males and the males, and so they usually will take the women out and all. So um, it becomes a little bit of a challenge, and a lot of young girls don't necessarily get inspired the right way to want to toe the path of entrepreneurship. Now, going through the nation this year, doing our tour across the universities, interacting with these young people, I realized most of them want to just come out of school and become influencers. And I'm like, who is feeding this thing into your head? I'm speaking with, we interacted with over 16,000 young people this year. And I'm speaking with these people, and then they're telling me they want to grow, come out of university and become how do we call it, become influencers. And I'm like, influencers, how? Who will pay you? Like, oh, I want to come. And then their perception of influencing is shaking your body on TikTok and all of that. What would you say to this generation, first of all, on the challenges of being a female entrepreneur and what it looks like in that space for us? Thank you.
Social media, social media, social media. You are in school and all you dream about is to become an influencer.
Mm,
Gone are the days that big brands will pay celebrities huge sums of money
mm-hmm.
just to be able to advertise for them.
That's right.
Now, if you know how to go about your own stuff on social media, for about, I think it's just about 2 years ago that I let someone in on my team to handle Go Back into social media.
Okay.
I was doing it and growing the business just by the bottom of the phone.
Wow.
So that same influencer that you want to come and do and dance TikTok and all of that. Nothing wrong with that. It's joyful, but is it going to make you money? Who is
Mm-hmm.
feeding you?
Mm,
The celebrities that we see flaunt
mm-hmm.
all these things that we want to become. It's
Mm-hmm.
not always true. It's not always their reality.
Mm,
Do you
mm,
understand that?
exactly.
But they will not come and tell you.
Mhm,
If you see me traveling, sitting in a business class, and so you want to be that type. Do you know who my uncle is? Do you know
mhm,
who my husband is? Do you know
mm,
my sponsor?
mm,
You
mm,
think it's that ad I went to do for somebody, or you think it's the Kente that I sold 100 pieces to be able to
mhm,
go and no.
mhm.
I've been to school. I could be consulting on the side. It's not on social
Exactly.
media. So you don't know
Mhm,
where my money is coming from. So not
exactly.
everything that meets the eye is true.
Mm,
I
mm.
learned it the hard way.
Not everything that meets the eye
Like
is true.
you cannot impress me with anything
Mm,
because deep down, you know everybody have their own struggles and vulnerabilities, right? And so maybe the person is just flaunting all of those things just to feel good about themselves.
mhm,
But maybe you don't have that insecurity. Your confidence level is zero,
mm,
100%.
mhm,
So you don't need to go through all of that
mm,
and build something. You see, the internet doesn't forget.
mm, mm.
Occasionally, Facebook will give me a reminder. I told you in
Exactly.
my 20s, I will have an emotional outburst.
Exactly.
So 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Baba Asiedu then posted this. And wrong writing, wrong typo, the language. I'm like, Jesus,
Did you
imagine,
type this?
did I type this?
What mental state were you in? What?
Yes. And your kids will grow, they would come and see all of these things. One day you'll become a prominent person in society.
Mhm,
Yes, the excuse will be you were young and you were playful. But there's
mm,
somebody who is young and wise.
mhm,
So everything you do, you have to be intentional about it. I did a post on my social and I said, this is where I shared 10% of my life. And it's true. If you
mhm,
follow me and you think you know who I am, it's a joke.
mm,
I am teaching you who I want you to think I am.
mm. Perception.
The perception and the power is in your hand.
Mhm,
So just take control of your life. You are young, but you're not so young.
mm.
Define what you want to do. It won't all come together all at once.
Mm,
It won't. Like you
right.
said, I have insurance, I have real estate, I have marketing. In
Mm-hmm.
the end, it all come and work together for your good. But
Exactly.
maybe you didn't have to be in any of those environs in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to decide and be focused. And Moses, these people, they choose who they want to follow. They are the
Exactly.
reasons why these influencers have over 1 million followers and subscribers. You that you are spewing wisdom, how many following do you have?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So I've even I've given up training them, but you see, there's always this one person who would
Mm-hmm.
listen. Coming on
Exactly.
this live, I said a prayer. Even if we have 1,000 people following, and
Mm-hmm.
listening to this. It's just one person that I am here for. And if that
Exactly.
person would connect and hear my words and run with it, your
Mm.
life will be changed.
Guys, if you are that one person, can I see it in the comments, please?
Your life will be changed.
Mm.
It will take a lot of work,
Mm-hmm.
tears, pains, but are you
Mm-hmm.
willing to go through it to become the person that you look at and say, really, this is me? I am
Mm.
enjoying you. I like
Right.
the woman that I am becoming.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. The men will always be men. They will always hit on you.
Mm. Mm.
So when I was in the bank, I went to see one prominent person in society for
Mm.
his account for money to deposit. And then he
Mm-hmm.
asked me, how much do you earn? How much do you earn at the end of the year? I mentioned my net to him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to meet up in a hotel? I could give you that amount of money.
Wow.
When I left his office, I went to sit down, asked myself, how many pieces of Kente do I have to sell to be able to raise my salary to do
Mm-hmm.
this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm very sure if a young man had walked to him, the most he would do is, I cannot work with you,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't have any money to bank with you guys.
Exactly.
But for a woman, you'll be hit
It's
on.
different.
You should have your dignity. You should know what you're about.
Mm.
I always say we have other people joining, but even Accra is so small, and the world is actually so small. Who
Mm.
you will become should matter to you. It
Mm.
matters to me right now where I sit. Like, even if you offend me, I would rather be graceful and gracious to you.
Mm.
Because time changes, the tables turn, and you don't
Exactly.
know when you will need somebody to be there for you.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
really, take control. It's your life. You are responsible for it.
Mm.
Take control of it. And let me take you back to running my business. One of the major challenges I encountered was working with illiterate, for lack of a better word, forgive me. But
Mm.
most of these weavers, some have never been to classroom before. And so they
Okay.
don't understand the value of time, of
Mm.
customer service.
Mm.
It used to be so challenging, right? There was always friction because, to me, why? This is common sense. I've given you an order, deliver in 2 weeks, and you will call, they will tell you that, listen, I went for a funeral. And so I wouldn't, my customer doesn't want to
They
hear
expect,
that.
they expect you to understand.
How? But then again, I had to sit down, break it down, and let myself understand that the knowledge you have, they don't.
Mm.
So how do you get them to collaborate and become one team with you?
Exactly.
You have to come down to their level.
Level.
You have to do the business outside of the business. If you
Mm.
if you get what I mean. It has to be a social setting. You want the
Exactly.
person to understand what you're saying. So if he
Mm-hmm.
says, oh, my uncle is dead, I will join you for your funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And by that act, you are sold onto my team.
Exactly.
Oh, I had a funeral. She made time to come. Oh, I had
Mm-hmm.
a baby. Outdooring. She made time to come. This is
Mm-hmm.
one of the ways I gradually broke those fences. And then I will
Mm.
tell you, oh, we need this in 2 weeks, but maybe I just need it in a month or so.
Mm.
Giving you room for so that you will not be able to disappoint me
Exactly.
and my clients. So
Exactly.
I would always give you shorter notice, but on the
Mm-hmm.
client level, longer notice to
Longer notice.
absorb all the nuances here and there
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and get the business running. That was one
Exactly.
of the major challenges. And
Yes.
not being a talkative.
Mm.
If you see me on social media, I think I've been on social media for the last 2 years. If you're seeing me, it's intentional. But then
Mm-hmm.
most when you came to shop and go, but did you meet me? No.
So
I could have been here, but I will
yeah,
not come out.
you
That
were
was
you
my
were
weakness.
I think I don't know if you were around, but you were MI, you were missing in action.
I wasn't. But
Yeah.
I could follow up and know before we connected on social media, I knew who you were.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I made time to check on the some of the customers, to check them
Mm-hmm.
out, to profile them, so that
Mm-hmm.
in case we need to reach out to somebody about something, there is always that connection, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
one of my weaknesses or my challenges was interacting with a whole lot of people. I feel like my social batteries dry out very
Mm-hmm.
quickly. So
Mm.
what do I do with that? I would rather, if we are outsourcing for somebody to join the team, and I will let my team know, you are in to feel my weakness. If it's
Mm.
the same personality type as me, you are not welcome to be
Exactly.
on board,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how you grow. If you want everybody to be like you might as well close down the space. You need
Exactly.
varied energy to join
Ex-
you and to keep it going. The
Exactly.
good thing is I am always able to identify my issues,
Mm.
take accountability for it,
Mm-hmm.
and then work through to find suitable solutions for them. So instead of always blaming your workers, blaming someone, sit down, assess your contribution to the situation, and
Mm-hmm.
see the best way forward to get things resolved and done well. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Awesome. Awesome. Too much value. Nene says value, value, value. Too much value. I agree with you,
Thank you,
Nene.
Nene. Thank
Hmm.
you.
She said a prayer that she's here for one person, no matter the number of people that are going to watch this. She's just here for that one person. And I see a lot of you saying that you are the one, but do not just listen and then not apply, because then she would have wasted her time. So you want to make sure that every single nugget of wisdom that you are picking from tonight's session, you are actually going to practice it from the word go, so that you can be able to see the impact and then the change that's going to come with your life. I think that whilst you were sharing with us, I saw a question. A young man says, identify your calling. Please, MBA, can you ask our mom, how do I identify my calling? This is coming from Godfred. He wants to know how to identify his calling.
Godfrey, that I have no answer to. I can only answer mine. But there are things that would come to you naturally.
Mm, mm,
It could be something that you really, really hate.
mm,
Maybe customer service in Ghana asks you how we
mm,
go about things. All those things, there are purpose in them. You
mm,
can look at it and pray to God about it. I don't even think I have reached my main calling. It's
mm.
just the baby steps that you are willing to run through it, because
Exactly.
it will all come together for your good. That's my
Mm.
favorite statement to make so far. It will all come together for your good.
For your good.
And I don't know how old Godfred is, but if you some are able to. I was listening to a podcast on Tiger Woods.
Mm-hmm.
As early as 2 years, he
Mm.
was on the field picking
A
the golf
golf ball.
ball.
Wow.
As early, I mean, from 9 months, they would take him to go and watch his father swing.
Wow.
And so by the time he turned 3, he was already on the field working. That's a blessing. Some of us
Exactly.
don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody will just open their mouth. From 2 years, we know this is a star, this is a singer. Some of
Mm-hmm.
us don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
It would come to you naturally, or it would come with time. But the
Mm-hmm.
question is, are you patient enough to
Enough.
identify it? Are you just watching your friends and say that, oh, this person is really killing it, doing well, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
so left behind?
Mm.
Because I have friends I can look up to. I mean, they think I'm doing very well, but I stayed in a classroom with a JWA. She's an economist teaching in
Mm.
one of the biggest universities in America, a whole doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in my field, I'm a shining star. In her field, she's a shining star. Should I sit
Mm.
down and say that, oh, we all studied economics in Legon? How am I selling Kente? And Ejiwa is a doctor. But you see,
Godfred says 21 years.
everybody and their route. So are you
Godfred
patient
says
with it?
Godfred says he's 21 years.
Godfrey, there's time. Okay? You will figure it out. Trust
Mm,
me, you will figure it out. Just
mm,
learn, be willing to learn, have the humility to learn and serve. We don't like serving. This
mm,
generation, we don't like serving. We want to be masters all by ourselves so soon.
mm,
There is nothing wrong with it.
mm-hmm,
But if you get the opportunity to be around Moses, serve and learn.
mm.
By the time you are done serving, you'll be a master without even asking for it. It will
Mm-hmm.
come to you naturally. So there is
Mm-hmm.
time. Okay.
Awesome. I haven't even opened the floor for questions, but I think people are being blessed. This is coming from Kwame Godfred. He says, "Hello, Miss Baba. I am Kwame Godfred, a recent graduate from Care University. My dad was able to take me through school because of Kente. Wow. And I want to thank him by helping to expand his business. How do I do that, please?"
You start by just going to sit at the space. That's the first start.
Mm,
Go to your father's business. He would fight you because he's used to bureaucracy.
mm,
The same father that invested in you to go to school would now even not trust your decision, but is
mm-hmm.
going to be an apprentice under him.
Let me
They
just say
will, they
this.
will not trust you. I mean, my mother has taken me to school, but if I'm saying something, I said, Mommy, this medicine is supposed to be this way. Oh, no, let me call the doctor.
It reminds me of a TikTok video I saw recently. A woman had paid for her son to go through
The
studies to
pilot.
become a pilot, and then he
Yeah, he will
family
not
there,
believe
and I'm
you.
like, how would you pay for your son to go and learn how to become a pilot? He's graduated, he has his license, and you still wouldn't sit in a plane that he's flying. It got me really, really, really
That's
bad.
it. You summed up the whole thing for me. That same father that took you to NAST will not believe
Mm-hmm,
anything you have to say. But that
mm-hmm,
is where you step in and be patient.
mm,
And
mm,
start with him by learning his processes, his way
mm,
of doing things. Before
mm,
you even come and open your mouth and say that, Daddy, I have this idea. Nope.
mm.
Because there's wisdom even in his bureaucracy.
Mm, mm,
There is. You have to and you have to sit down and digest it, see the things you can pick from all the years of working in the Kente business that took you to the university. Pick the
mhm,
lessons out. And now, when you are done, I do not know where you guys are situated, but how can we make the space more welcoming? Moses said when he came to go, but that was one of the things. Your daddy will not believe in going to have air conditioning in the store, but
mhm,
maybe we could have funds there in terms of relating to the weavers. How does
mm,
he pay them?
mm,
Is he able to have integrity with them? Because when I go to Bonre and I see the old weavers, I see how they talk to the people that weave for them.
mm,
They, as much as little, don't even want to pay them. Are those things you can study his systems and make it right by him? There is
mhm,
social media. Every can say business that wants to be seen is there.
mm,
Goba is there. Go by me, Baba, and my team, we are not sleeping for it to come
mhm.
and take over. But can
Exactly.
you be able to create your own space and be seen and be truthful? Because people dupe clients online all the time. So if somebody is sitting in Accra and they call your dad's business and Kumasi, would you be able to offer a good service? Because you've been to school, you should know
Mhm.
how to talk. You should know how to be polite about
Exactly.
things. You know. So
Exactly.
if you really, and I think it's good, he has the vast knowledge in it. This is about how many years? Over 20 years in doing this business. That is wisdom. Let's tap into it and make this work.
Mm,
You can also make that business grow and it can become a generational business.
mm,
Your children can become part of it. It
mm,
shouldn't die off when your daddy dies off.
mm,
Then what's the point of he investing in you and you going to school?
mm,
And learn. You have to learn marketing. You have to learn
mhm.
how to do social media. You have to
Media.
learn customer service. So much because your that is sorted. But the other aspect that you identify that needs help, that is where you come in and offer those help and solution. But first, learn from daddy, serve him, respect his archaic method of doing things. That archaic method took care of you.
Mm, mm. Awesome. I think recently, this will probably be my last question, and then we can take questions. So, guys, if you have questions, you can send them coming in so that I can ask. Mrs. Baba right away so that we don't take a lot of her time. But my last question, no, last but one would be my last but one will be recently you got nominated and I think you won for 40 under 40 the award scheme, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So on the journey to that, first of all, how did it feel? Did you see that coming? And what did it mean for you? Is that to say that now, for instance, one of the things my speaker friends usually say is that so they have Vusi Thembikwayo validating what they are doing. It means that Vusi is the biggest public speaker on the continent. So I've met Vusi. Vusi validates me. It means that my speaking fee just went up. So so
No.
what does that mean for you in the space, and what are some of the initiatives that Goba has in store? What should we be looking out for coming from the headquarters of Goba, which is your business? And for those of us that are joining in from the international community, we have people from different African countries. If somebody wants to place an order, what's the process like? And just run us through, a little bit of that. What's the process like if I want to order something? Should we be expecting more showrooms in different parts of the country, different parts of the world, and all of that? Yeah.
Okay. On the awards, Moses, I didn't set out for it.
Wow.
Really. I'm just grateful.
Mm-hmm.
It's like um, a city set on a hill cannot be hidden.
Mm.
So this is me sitting in the corner of my office with a theme, we doing our best, and you gaining all those recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately for me, psychological wise, awards, no, I'm happy about them, but it doesn't validate me. I feel
Okay.
like it's even pressure. That's how I see it. I think no, no,
Okay.
no. Truthfully, I think
Mm-hmm.
that it's pressure because now you are out there. Do it and let's see.
Mm.
You understand? There'll be so
Exactly.
much pressure on you to beat the record that you set, beat
You
the record
said.
that you set. But that is
Mm-hmm.
okay for me. I like the challenge. I like the growth that it comes with.
Bring it
But
on.
no, it doesn't validate me. My
Okay.
validation comes from God. And
Mm-hmm.
the few people I allow to speak into my life, not
Mm-hmm.
everyone has access to speak into my life. I
Exactly.
choose somebody that I want to speak about my business. I choose somebody that I want to speak about my life experiences. I
Mm-hmm.
choose somebody that I want to speak on leadership when it
Mm.
comes to me. So
Mm.
if in my heart I haven't given you that authority,
Mm.
whatever you say doesn't do anything for me. I
Mm.
just really appreciate it. But the people that I have set it up that, oh, I really like this person. I think this person likes me too. I think this person has my best interest at heart. I will
Mm-hmm.
listen to you. Yeah. So
Mm.
you take all the awards and you'll be left empty. That's
Mm.
not what you should run for. Just make sure you are doing your bits, you are serving well, you are giving people value for their money. And
Mm.
Goba, Moses, it's here to stay. It's a household brand in Ghana. We are
Mm.
going international. As if you know, it's my prayer that in the next 5 years we will be in some sort of African countries. We would have done at least one collaboration with one of the big brands out there.
Right.
People
Amen.
love it to see me. Amen. They love to see me in ready to wear lines. It's my
Mm-hmm.
prayer that we'll be able to launch it. We'll be
Amen.
able to have the biggest weaving factory in Africa. My
Amen.
dreams are big, it scares me because there
It
are
has to
big
be.
weaving factories.
It has.
There are big weaving factories in Uganda, Senegal, and stuff like that. But I
Mm-hmm.
would want to see that. And we should have had a foundation
Mm.
empowering the young women and
Wow.
young people.
Mm.
Yes, that's very dear to my heart. That's like one of the short-term goals.
Wow.
Giving back to
Back
society
to
in the way
society.
I know how. Because
Amen
it's
to that.
somebody I saw somebody come to do national service in my school at Obuase. That
Mm.
changed my life. Proud
Wow.
to seeing Olivia doing national service. I hadn't even heard about university because
Mm.
my family, the educational level was polytechnic. So why would I even think about university? But just seeing her, thinking she's so beautiful, thinking she's so smart, and she putting that word into me that I think you are good, I think you are smart, I think you can make it to the university, changed my life. And so in my lifetime, I would want to see Goba's impact on young and upcoming women as well. And
Amen
if
to
you
that.
want to do business with us, we are on social media,
Right.
Instagram, TikTok, wherever you operate, find us at Goba Kente. There's someone always online to assist
To
you.
assist.
Um,
Awesome.
we are
Awesome.
located in West Legon, right? Moses,
Awesome.
you know where we are.
I know.
Yes. So you can
That
just do Goba Kente
go back
on
to
Google
the
Maps and then
map.
it will bring you. If you want to connect with me personally, not for business though, because if you bring business to my DM, I will move your business to the business account. I
Exactly.
believe in structure. It's something
Mm-hmm.
that I wish I had done earlier,
Mm.
because we will be here doing this session and then somebody
Exactly.
will be sending me a message about Kente. Whilst
Mm-hmm.
there's a whole team trained
Mm-hmm.
to support you. If you
Support.
are micromanaging your business, it never grows. If you
Mm-hmm.
have to be the eye in everything, you
Everything.
won't grow. You
Exactly.
won't grow.
Mm.
You won't grow at all.
Mm.
So I'm here, happy to do this again some other time. All
Most
too soon, our time
definitely.
is up. But I hope, yes, I hope
I
this
think I
was
think um,
meaningful to those who
I
spend
have
time with us.
I have two quick questions. Okay. Wow. The guy who asked about his father has come in with a follow-up, but let me take this one. So Chantel from Nairobi is saying that how does she as a female doing how do I as a female working in a male dominated industry like IT overcome the cockiness and the ego that comes with men? That's an interesting question. This is coming from Chantel all the way from Nairobi.
Chantal, you just have to work with facts. I
Mm,
work with men too. The weavers in Ghana are men. But it's facts. It's having the confidence. It's knowing what you're about.
right.
Not because you're a man or I'm a woman. They are egoistic. That would always be there. But if the fact is, we have to assemble the machine this way, and it's proven, you
Mm,
state categorically clear, this is how it's supposed to be done. Stick by it. They would respect you for that.
mm-hmm,
And it's not to just argue. You cannot win by arguing with the men. Use
mm-hmm.
your femininity. Some women like to say they are what alpha females.
Alpha
I think I
female.
am one. I am one, but I know when to be a woman,
Mm-hmm,
especially dealing with men when you think they are carrying their ego to do their business. There's nothing wrong being kind in your worst, because
mm.
as they come with you with rudeness, you would like to retaliate. I can
Retaliate.
also do it this way. No, that is where God gave us the graces to be women,
Mm,
and you step in into your leadership role as a woman, not
mm,
trying to be a man. You can never be a man. There's
mm,
a reason why God created you as a woman. Use that and work with facts, and we are
mm,
good to go. I work with 98% men
mm.
who are illiterates. I'm very sure your IT guys, they've even been to school. Mine, they
Exactly.
haven't. They haven't been to school, and their wives and family reverend them.
Mm,
So imagine me telling them that what you are doing is wrong. It's not the right
mm,
thing to do. But I
mm,
will say it, and the next day I'll be the first to call you. How are you? How's your
mm,
family?
mm.
I don't lose anything. I make you understand that it's business that we are doing, and things
Exactly.
are supposed to be done this way. There's
Exactly.
no enmity between us or anything. So
Mm.
you should be fine. Work with your fat and tap into your graces as a woman.
A woman. Awesome. This is coming from Kwame. I think, guys, I'm seeing a couple of questions, but because of time, Mrs. Baba has other things she has to attend to. So I'm just going to throw in Kwame's own and then her last words. Kwame says, my last for today, a recent video from myself, which is me, says distribution is key in any business. Can I, through my dad's business, connect to you to supply? We have set of weavers and we are so affordable. I think that should go into the business account. Kwame, this is the guy who asked about how to continue his father's business, the one who said his father used Kente to take care of him. He's asking if he can
Okay.
supply Goba with set of weavers and they are so affordable. I think that that can come into the business page or
It can, because we have quality control processes that we
exactly,
follow. We would have to
exactly,
check if it meets the standards. If it does,
exactly.
why not? We can do business together. But unfortunately, people, you would want some of your trade secrets hidden.
Mm-hmm.
People do business with you and they want to tell the world, I am the one supplying you. No, I don't work like that.
Exactly.
So there
Yeah,
are terms and conditions attached. If we're able
exactly.
to agree and sign it off, because if you mess up, my lawyer will sue you. That you should know. Right from I said from start, there are structures and
Oh
systems
my
to my
God.
business. You'll be sued. So once we have an
Um,
agreement understanding, why not? We can.
Where
And
we
don't
go
be
from
afraid to put in
yeah,
systems and structures in the business.
yeah,
Like, I wish I had done that earlier. I'm
earlier
sure Goba would have grown much more than where we are now, but
where
it's
you are
never too late. I told you, I don't mind starting new.
now.
The wisdom from the past will carry you
Will
and
carry
help
you
you make better decisions,
better
better
decision.
informed decisions. Yes.
Exactly, exactly. So, Kwame, you heard it. If you know you are in for a you cry, are you sure you have a lawyer? We'll discuss that one later because now that the lawyers are coming in, thank you so much, Baba, for being on our space. My
You're
last
welcome.
will be, what do you have to say to young and aspiring entrepreneurs, people who are doing business, especially in this economy that you and I are in? And what do you have to say to the younger generation, young girls, who are believing and trusting that they can also be bold and step into the space of doing business? Because going around the nation this year, I realized that a lot of our girls are equally timid, and I think that maybe the perception of what they are seeing online is also bad, and that's how come I'm happy that the likes of you are projecting something positive out there so that people can know that it's also possible with women. Because I remember a couple of people reached out to me when I shared our flyer, and they were like, oh, finally, there's a woman in the space to come and talk to us. And then I said yes. And they're like, all they're seeing with a lot of our people is that they are shaking their body on Bam Bam on TikTok and all of those things. And so, once again, thank you for being a positive light out there for the younger generation. What will be your final words to somebody who is into business and somebody who is looking up to you? Yep.
Somebody into business,
Mm-hmm.
build relationships.
Mm.
That's your currency to the next level.
Mm.
And these are mistakes I have made. So I'm talking about it. I
Mm.
told you, first I would rather hide, but now
Right.
I would find you.
Mm.
Because that one client that you serve well would
Mm.
sell your business for you with no effort.
Exactly. They become an
And
advocate for you.
they become an advocate, and the world is so small. If you serve the person well today, imagine you are being rushed, God forbid, but these things happened. You are rushed to a hospital. The person that you served was a doctor.
Wow.
They don't have they don't have the power to save you, but in that interim, they would be there for you. So
Exactly.
build solid relationship and don't be a taker. People, I see all the time, people are in my DM because they want the association. I can read through it. I will not be your friend. If you're
Mm.
genuinely interested in somebody, they will find out. There are people that I followed. I saw their picture on social media. I thought they were cool. I followed them. I didn't even think I want to connect with them.
Mm.
But because of my heart
Mm.
and the support that I would want to give this person, things
Mhm.
happen naturally.
Exactly.
And have integrity, have respect for all. Not because the person pulled up in a Range Rover, you think this person is worth my attention, but this
Mhm.
person came with a Picanto, and so I cannot serve. Serve well.
Mm.
And don't be afraid. If you fail, you learn from your failures. If you
Exactly.
fail, you learn from your failures. When I was doing Goba, we didn't have barcodes attached to our products. I had to
Mm.
lose a huge sums of money to be able to put that system in place. I'm
Right.
very sure if I did not lose what I lost, we wouldn't have done that. So
Exactly.
there's blessing in every mess. It's
Mm.
up to you to identify it. When you are done nagging and crying all over it, go back and ask yourself, what do I gain from this pain?
Mm.
Because your pain must be again at the end of the day for
Exactly.
you. You
Exactly.
understand? And
Exactly.
don't give up. Cry, cry all the crying you want to cry. Tomorrow, get out, vim out. Let's go again.
We move.
And young girls, it would come. It won't come naturally. You have to put in the work.
Mm.
I don't know how your schedules are when you go to the school rounds and everything, but maybe next year you can share with me. If there's one instance I can join you on
Right.
field to be a
Right.
blessing to somebody, let me
Right.
know. Once it's put into our schedule, we can do that.
Most
And
definitely.
let them know that I was like you before
Mm.
and I am this person now. So it is possible. All of us
Right.
don't have to be wicked dancing on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us can be covered up and do genuine businesses in this
Mm-hmm.
country and beyond. So yes, let
Exactly.
me know your schedule. If it works, we can
Most
always
definitely.
plan something.
Most
Okay. Thank you
definitely. Most
so
definitely.
much.
Thank you so much for coming on our space, and thank you so much for blessing us with such nuggets of wisdom. Somebody lastly says, Deborah, build relationships. That's the currency to your next level. She picked that up. Glorious Debbie. I don't know where you're watching me from, but yep, build relationships. They are very, very important, very, very important. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ankrah, for joining our space. I can't say thank you enough. Guys, can I see your
Oh.
feedback in the comment? I can't say thank you enough. God bless you. We look
Thank
forward
you
to
for having me. I'm happy a woman finally joined. I'm hoping you have a lot more of us
exactly,
here. Dear
exactly.
Matt, okay. I mean, we are somewhere, but it's okay. Manage us. We'll be coming, okay? Be
I think
patient. Just
I
keep
think
reaching
I've
out.
sent I think I've sent a couple of people DMs. Some have read, they didn't respond. And interestingly, I sent one particular person a DM and the person didn't respond. The person said they were not interested. So I went to speak at an event, and when I finished speaking, the person just walked straight to me. I didn't even know the person was in a meeting. And then the person just walked straight to me and said, "Oh, I think you are the Moses that sent me a DM." I said, "Yeah." "Oh, you shared so much knowledge. I want to know you. Can I be on the space now?" I'm like, mm-mm.
No, no.
I'm like,
I'm
mm-mm.
glad you said no.
I'm like,
No.
no, no, no. You
And that's
didn't see
what
the
I
need.
said. Matthew, if it was Vusi that sent
Mm-hmm.
a deal, she would jump
Exactly.
and fly to wherever
Quickly,
Vusi is.
quickly.
But people built Vusi to be Vusi.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How are you willing to invest in somebody else?
Exactly.
You don't want to be part of my growth process, but you want to
Mm-hmm.
come and enjoy the fame. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
She was like, she even thought it was going to be a. I'm like, it's free. She was like, how much was I going to pay? That. I'm like, it's a free thing. I'm like, I'm using my platform. First of all, I'm even giving you reach because I know the reach I have with these people and all. It's like, oh, when can we plan something? I said, no, I'm not interested because I
Yeah.
feel like then at that point, what you are online and what you just saw is like something must move you physically before you want to connect. So you're a different person. And when I reached out, you didn't make this difficult. Last week, Friday, when we're having challenges, you were going out of your comfort ways to make things happen for me. And I
Yeah.
don't take it for granted at all.
I
Thank you
moved
so
from my office. I went to my friend's office. My friend said, "Listen, come and do it in my space. It's open.
much.
Go set up." We went there, light off again in Ghana. So I'm
Mm.
sorry, guys, but I'm glad we made it today. I hope we made it up for
Yeah,
last Friday.
we did. We did. I'm seeing loads of people are sending in their feedback, and thank you so much. God bless you. I look forward to having you
You're
on our
welcome.
tour next year, and then
Yes,
making the next generation and the next person we encounter a better place and a better person and the world a better place. Thank you so much, and I look
you're
forward to
welcome.
having you again. Do enjoy your
You're
evening.
welcome.
All right, I'm
Thank you,
taking you.
Moses. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having me. You can
God bless
follow
you.
my page on social media,
Mhm.
Baaba Ankrah, and then you connect with Goba Kente too as well.
Go back
And
in.
tell somebody about Goba Kente. We are taking Kente, our own indigenous hand-woven Kente. We are
Mm-hmm.
taking it to the world. They've
Mm-hmm.
taken everything from us. We won't sit and let the government sell sort of
Mm-hmm.
our weaving
Exactly.
industries throughout. So you have to
Exactly.
really support made in Ghana goods and not just Kente. everything made in Ghana, everything handmade. It's luxury because it takes
mm,
a lot of skilled labor, a
mm-hmm.
lot of time to get these products done. We are willing to go and spend so much out there, but when they come here and you mention a price, everybody wants to run away from you. How do
Exactly.
we grow as a country? We are
Mm-hmm.
willing to give all our hard-earned currencies to the diaspora people. How do
Exactly.
we grow? And then we will blame the government and everybody in power but ourselves. It starts with you and I supporting what we have access to locally.
Wow.
So do your bit. Your country, Togo, Uganda, everywhere that you are, you can criticize all that you can, but when you are done, still support the nation in your own small way. You have
Mm-hmm.
to just start with the person next to you, okay, and be a
Mm-hmm.
blessing to them, and then we can all make Africa great and strong again.
Mm, awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're
Thank you. God
welcome.
bless you. I look
Bye
forward
for
to seeing
now.
you again.
Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right, guys. Awesome. I hope you guys were blessed immensely by Mrs. Baaba Ankrah's presentation. And we're looking forward to making Chokma something that is going to come consistent. We do this monthly. We've been doing this since the beginning of the year. It's just an online webinar, maximum an hour 30 minutes. And I do teach, or other speakers, other people that I have access to, who are blessing to our world, do show up and then they do speak. Glorious Debbie, you said you are watching from Togo. Can you connect with me on Instagram, Glorious Debbie? Just send me a DM on Instagram. There's something I've been cooking in my head for Togo. Connect with me on Instagram. Let's see how best we can work that out to make it happen. Dedo Kofi says, thoroughly enjoyed this. K Wade says, bless. Prince Leo says, yeah, MBA. Aja says, God bless you so much, Mrs. Ankrah, and our special MBA. You guys are most welcome. Next month, we will be continuing. We'll do part 2 of Sovereign Wealth next month, which is the month of October. Dave Obada last month, when I was indisposed, because of the accident, my assistant filled in the gap. We did Sovereign Wealth Part 1, and a lot of you wanted Part 2 of that. So I've spoken with Dave. We're going to make a special time, and we're going to bring you Part 2 of Sovereign Wealth in the coming month of October. The date and then the time and all of that will be communicated to us. God bless you so much. Keep supporting Brand MBA. Keep supporting this little vision of ours that will actually take the world by storm soon. You should be a part of us now, so that when I feel O2 someday, you won't say that you didn't know me, but you know me right from now. So let's do this, and I'm looking forward to seeing us, God willing, in the coming month, for Sovereign Wealth. Part 2. I'm so excited about that one in particular. So, Sovereign Wealth Part 2, we'll be looking at that in the month of October. And then maybe for November, December, I will be the one to teach us, since we're about to round up the year. Thank you so much for sticking and staying with us from January till now, episode 9. And I'm happy that God has kept every one of us alive to be able to, show up every time for the sessions. And so God bless you. I look forward to Sovereign Wealth Part 2. I look forward to Sovereign World Part 2, God willing, next month. And thank you. Copy the link of the live stream right now. I want you to copy the link of the live stream right now. Post it on your WhatsApp status so that somebody can come and rewatch, and then we'll be blessed. This is being kept on my YouTube channel. So anybody, anywhere can access this at any time to be able to and be blessed and all of that. And so God bless every one of you. I appreciate you all so much. Love and light. My name is Moses Biata, and I am your humble servant. Cheers, guys.